Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much, Celine, for the opportunity to hold this Raise Your Beauty Vibrations workshop as a part of the Love Yourself 90 Days program today. My name is Mio, and I am the creator of Beauty Vibrations, a self-care concept that combines wellness, beauty, and Reiki. I am originally from Japan, but I have lived in Switzerland, New York, and now based in Barcelona. I have worked with wellness and beauty all of my life. I first started working for a cosmetics company in New York, then as a consultant since I have been living in Barcelona, working with various brands. I currently work with two brands. One is called Shigeta Paris, a Japanese brand from Paris, and Ringana, which is an Austrian brand. They are both natural, organic, and sustainable, and use the holistic approach to beauty. I combine these two brands to create a unique and effective regimen that works on the skin, mind, and the spirit. I am also a Reiki master, and this is my other passion, and I have been practicing it for about 10 years now, and it has taught me about my own ability to heal myself and others, from minor cold symptoms to hangovers, as well as my friend's insomnia, who was pregnant and couldn't sleep in her first few months of pregnancy. But since receiving the Reiki, she was able to sleep. So she made me a godmother to her son. And this is all thanks to Reiki. With Reiki, I have also been able to cure my mother's headache, who lives in Japan. So cosmetics and Reiki are important principles in wellness for me. So first off, let's talk about vibrations. What are vibrations? Scientifically, it has been proven that we are all made of energy, and pretty much everything that exists in this world is made of energy with its own frequency. Some of us are more sensitive to the energy, and we can feel things more than others. But even if you're not aware and we don't think that we notice it, we're all affected by the energy and its frequency unconsciously. Our frequency is very much influenced by our emotions. For example, when we are happy, our frequency is very different from when we are sad. This change in the frequency is also reflected in our appearance, and we look more radiant and beautiful when we are happy, and we look more dull when we are sad or angry. The vibrations also attract things of the same vibrations, so when we are vibrating in a high frequency, we also attract events or people that are of high vibrations. And this is how the law of attraction works. And I would like to share with you here, it's called the emotional scale, developed by Dr. David Hawkins, who is a scientist that investigated the theme of consciousness, and he concluded that what we feel determines our frequency. And when we feel emotions such as enlightenment, peace, joy, and love, we're in the highest vibrations. While when we have feelings such as being embarrassed, guilt, apathy, and suffering, we're at the lowest scale of the frequency. So it's really important to be conscious of our own feelings and be aware of what kind of vibrational energy we are emitting. Because by being aware of it, we can always make an intention to change our emotions and bring our frequency to the higher level. So now I would like to also talk about Reiki and how it's related to the theme of vibrations. As some of you may know, Reiki is an ancient energy healing technique which existed in countries such as India and Tibet, but was lost throughout the human history. It was rediscovered by a Japanese Buddhist teacher called Mikao Usui in 1922 after he did a fasting meditation during 21 days by himself in the mountains, and he named this healing energy Reiki. Reiki is a Japanese word. Rei means spirit, and Ki means energy. Reiki is a universal energy the energy of the highest dimension with characteristics of love, harmony, and healing. When we attune ourselves to this energy, it provides us with the benefits of spiritual healing and an energy therapy. It's an energy that can heal us at the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical level. And by learning to use Reiki, we can realize our own ability to heal ourselves and live a life full of harmony, maintaining our spirit and body in unity. So how does Reiki work? The Reiki energy works by entering our body from the top of our head, right here, called crown chakra, and passing through the energy centers in our body called chakras, and reaching our hands so we can apply the healing energy with our hands. We constantly have the flow of the energy through the chakras even without Reiki, and when these energy centers get blocked or become imbalanced, we become sick mentally and physically. So by applying Reiki, it helps to restore the flow of the energy throughout the body, which keeps us revitalized and youthful. Naturally, when we apply this energy to our faces, it has the same characteristics of restoring youth and radiance to the face. And Reiki can also be applied to plants to revitalize them, animals for when they are stressed, food so that it tastes better, medicines and cosmetics so they are more effective, and water to make it more beneficial to our body. So you can see there are many different ways to apply Reiki in our daily life. But I also believe that even without attuning ourselves to this energy, we naturally possess this healing power. And in Japan, we say that mother's hands have a healing power for the children. And when I was a child and I had a stomach ache, my mother would always place her hand on my stomach and my pain would go away. So this just proves that when you believe that you have this healing energy, you can perform it, even if you don't know how to use Reiki. So now, let's move on to the theme of beauty. We all wish that we could live our life young and healthy, right? The question is it actually possible? Can we slow down the process of aging? Of course, there are many factors related to aging, such as genetics, but many of them could be controlled by us if we wanted to slow it down. For example, the food we eat, the exercise we do, the amount of stress we go through in our daily life, and what kind of cosmetics we use on our skin greatly influence the speed of aging. I would also say that aging starts from the mind. Our mind has a great capacity to create the physical reality, and our body oftentimes functions according to our beliefs. If we could use the functions of our brain to benefit us, we could also try to slow down aging. For example, there is a function in our brain called RAS, which is the short name for reticular activating system. And this is where the information is filtered according to our beliefs. And if it wasn't for this filter, and if our brain gave equal attention to all the information that we come across with, we would not be able to process everything. So our brain uses this filter to sort out the information that we need. For example, if we decide that we want to buy a red car, we would start to see a lot of red cars. And if a woman wants to get pregnant, she may start to see many pregnant women suddenly. This is because we have registered these keywords to our RAS, the brain filter. We can utilize this function to our advantage and create an ageless mentality. Instead of paying attention to how old we are and how we may look and feel at that age, we can focus on our health that we already have, and our brain would function to create the reality of our body that we can truly be grateful for. So if we appreciated our skin and did our skincare rituals with a lot of self-love, instead of just applying the cream automatically, we would be also able to see and bring out more of our own beauty. Also, we often decide what we can and cannot do because of our age. And if we stopped thinking about our age and truly focused on what we want and how we want to express ourselves, we would be so much happier, more free, and we would make the people around us happy too. An example of someone who didn't live according to his age is Prince, who stopped celebrating his birthday at a certain age and stayed youthful throughout his life. So being ageless is being true to our spirit and being free from the constraints that we have created for ourselves. I still celebrate my birthdays, but for me, it's a celebration for my mother, who gave me this life and this body, rather than thinking that I am another year older. So I encourage you to reconsider what feelings and images you may have associated with certain ages and birthdays, and how you can make them into a more positive experience for yourselves. So after the Reiki and ageless mentality, I would like to talk about the self-care ritual, which I love, that incorporates natural, high-vibrational products. Just as we have different levels of frequency, so do cosmetics products. Products that are made using sustainable ingredients with a high standard yield higher vibrations. Using these products will also help us to raise our vibrations every time we use them. It's very important to be selective about what we put on our skin and try to avoid products that contain artificial ingredients. Sometimes the products may be natural, but if they are not of high quality, obviously they would not provide the same results to the skin. Our skin deserves the best, and to me, it's never spending on cosmetics, but rather investment on myself. Because what we put on our skin today will change the way we look and feel in 10, 20, and 30 years. Another tip that I think is very important for the self-care routine is to use our 5 senses. To me, cosmetics are sensual and they stimulate our visual, tactile, and olfactory senses. So instead of just applying the cream on our faces, we can smell, touch, and see to stimulate our senses. We can breathe in deeply the scent of the products, because taking a deep breath is what we often forget to do in a busy daily life. By becoming aware, these sensory experiences will nourish our minds and soul, and they truly become a healing ritual for us. Then when we apply them, what I also love to do is to say positive affirmations to praise myself, such as thank you, I love you, you are beautiful, etc. Words are also vibrations, and telling ourselves positive affirmations on a daily basis is an act of self-love that helps us to raise our vibrations. At the beginning, of course, it was a little bit difficult for me to say to myself, I love you, because we're used to saying that to other people, but not to ourselves. So it may not be easy at the beginning, but I highly encourage that we incorporate positive affirmations to praise ourselves while we look at ourselves in the mirror. And now I'd like to give a quick overview about the brands that I work with. One is called Shigeta Paris, and they are a Japanese line based in Paris, which combines the art of Japanese and French sensibility. They are certified organic, and the products are made based on the concept of restoring a harmony on the inside and outside, utilizing the power of plants combined with the latest in science, as well as incorporating the aromatherapy. Every product from Shigeta Paris has a delicious scent, which truly heals us on the outside and inside the moment we apply them on the skin. The other brand, Ringana, is from Austria, and it has a very unique fresh concept whereby products have an expiry date of 6 months, because they contain absolutely no preservatives or colorings, and they are made on demand and they are shipped directly by purchasing online. The products are also based on sustainable concept. All of the ingredients are sourced from the fair trade sources, and they use recycled materials for all of their packaging. It is truly one of the most sustainable brands that I have seen throughout my career. Also, their formulations are based on Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, and Western herbology, which make the products highly effective. I love both of these lines very much because they both maximize the power of the plants. And you will see that when you apply these products on the skin immediately absorbs as if it's drinking the nutrients, and it creates a fresh glow instantly. I hope you can experience these wonderful lines for yourself too and give your skin the love it needs. So now let's quickly go over the skincare regimen to show you the simple steps that I do on a daily basis. My regimen is quite simple. They consist of just 4 steps of cleanser, toner, serum, and moisturizer. And I just give a little touch to the application of these 4 steps, which makes the regimen more special and effective. The first step is cleanse. And to me, this is one of the most important steps. In Japanese skincare ritual, we believe that a clean canvas is the most essential basis for beautiful skin. If the skin is not cleansed properly, no matter how good the product is, which is applied afterwards, it will not be effective. So in Japan, while we may just do 1 step of cleansing in the morning, we do 2 steps of cleansing at night, especially when we wear makeup or sunscreen. This is because there are oil-based and non-oil-based impurities, and we need a non-foaming cleanser and a foaming cleanser to effectively remove all types of impurities from the skin. Here I have listed 2 types of milky cleansers from Shigeta Paris called Awakening Milk Cleanser and Cleanser from Ringana. And I use these products as the first step of cleansing in my skincare regimen. In the morning, I love using it as a cleanser and a mask. So when I wake up, I apply either one of these products all over my face with a light massage and leave it on for about 15 to 20 minutes as a mask. So this not only cleanses the skin, but also provides a highly moisturizing effect and keeps the skin soft and hydrated throughout the day. And it's the best way to pamper the skin first thing in the morning. At night, I also use a foaming cleanser afterwards. I think it would be a good step to consider, especially for the normal, combination, and oily skin types, to incorporate another step of the cleansing. The next step is toner. I love using the rose water from Shigeta Paris to splash on the face. It has a very delicate rose scent and it just instantly lifts up my mood. Ringana also has very nice toners. They come in 2 types for the combination to oily skin and dry skin types. And all of these toners are ideal for balancing the skin and preparing for the next steps. A lot of people skip the toner thinking that it doesn't do much, but this is so wrong. Toner has a very important function to prep the skin and boost the absorption of the products applied afterwards. Products provide the best barrier functions for the skin when they are applied in appropriate layers, and toner is an essential first layer applied on the skin. Then the third step is the serum. And as you can see, there is one from each of the 2 brands. I actually apply an anti-wrinkle serum from Ringana in the morning. And I also have an oil serum from Shigeta Paris for essential self-facial massage at night. These serums provide anti-aging care, and while many of us may not be accustomed to using an oil, once we try to incorporate a few drops into our daily care regimen, and you can do this by mixing into your serum or into your moisturizer also, if you don't want to use it on its own, it becomes very, very addictive because it just adds a radiant glow instantly. And we can also do a self-massage with it. And I highly recommend incorporating 2 to 3 minutes of massage daily because you will see the results in a matter of days. Our faces have muscles which may get tense from the daily stress, and there are lymphatic nodes which could get clogged with toxins. There is also the force of gravity, which is always pulling down our skin, so it starts to sag if you don't do anything about it. By massaging the face, we can relax the muscles, which helps to soften the appearance of the wrinkles, as well as firming the contour of the face. I combine lymphatic drainage massage with Reiki, which instantly firms the skin and gives it a natural glow. When applying a facial massage, it's important to start applying first just beneath the ears. It's right like behind and beneath the ears, like the little indent that you find when you place your fingers on the back of the ears. And if you press these points with a bit of pressure, it may hurt a little bit. And if it hurts, it's because there is a lot of toxins accumulated there. And it's a sign that we need to massage and release the toxin accumulation. So these are the vital points for massaging in the face. And by focusing on these points first, we are activating the circulation all over the face. And normally I stay here about like a minute or so first. Then we apply the massage from the bottom of the face using the thumbs, beneath the chin, from the center towards the ears, in this, from inside to outside. And then from the chin towards the ears, now using these 3 fingers, from the chin towards the ears. Then on the cheek area, from inside to outside, under the ears, above the ears, the forehead, and then finally as if lifting our face upwards. After we finish the whole face, we come back to the same points under the ears once again. And then, so this will be like the end of the face. But to finish up the massage, we use a movement along the neck towards the collarbone to flush off the toxin that we brought here down towards the neck. And so it's also very important to care the neck area and décolleté. We tend to focus just on the face, but up to here is considered as a face in cosmetics. So let's not forget the décolleté. This facial massage could last in total about 3 minutes or so. But if you do it every day in our nighttime skincare ritual, I promise that you will see so much difference on the radiance and firmness of the skin. And the results will be even more enhanced if you connect with the healing energy of the Reiki, but that's optional. After the massage is the moisturizer, and it's the last step of the regimen. Of course, we add the sunscreen afterwards if you're going out during the day, but I just wanted to give you the very basic regimen for today. As you can see, it's not about using many products, but how to apply them is the key. Our hands have so much healing power, and by realizing it and applying it accordingly in the skincare regimen, it could make a big difference and your skin will appreciate and respond to it. And as a bonus care, what I love to do, especially going into the colder season, is to add a nice relaxing bath. In Japan, taking a bath is a very common ritual for both men and women since the ancient times, and it provides an ultimate relaxation and purification. For me, it's also an instant healing ritual, taking a bath using a nice fragrant bath salt, such as these ones from Shigeta, Paris, which are Dead Sea salts infused with essential oils. These bath salts are a new product for this season, and it's called Inner Peace Bath Salts. I just received them recently and love them so much. They are available in 3 different scents, but they come in as a as a pack of trio. So now that I talked about all these wonderful products, I would also like to share a special offer with you for the Shigeta Paris products. If you would like to try any of these products mentioned, I have a special 10% discount code for you, which you can use to shop from the Shigeta Paris website, www.shigetaparis.com, by entering the code LYP90. You will get a 10% discount on all of the products at the checkout. I hope you can take advantage of this special offer and try out these wonderful high vibrational products for yourself. If you want to try the Ringana products, there is also a link which will be available on my profile. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me at any time. Also, I am preparing a bonus video which will be ready towards the end of this week. It will be about complete Reiki massage technique using these products. And the link will be sent to you in your email later. So please look out for it. So I would like to end this workshop with a quote from Mother Teresa, which I find very beautiful and appropriate for this theme. Not all of us can do great things, but we can all do small things with great love. Self-care may be just a small part of our daily life, but we can do it with great love, and I guarantee it will greatly impact you and the people you interact with every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mio. That was wonderful. Now, I have a couple of questions, actually, if you don't mind.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
Starting with the vibration part, you had mentioned that we could raise our vibrations just by doing some simple things. So does that count if I'm feeling a little low and I eat a cinnamon bun, for example?
I would say that it would be like instant, like a quick pick me up that doesn't, like a quick high that doesn't last, like quick high and you will have a crash afterwards.
So it's like a temporary high.
Yes, temporary fix.
Okay,
and you might have even a guilt trip later on for eating that cinnamon bun, or your tummy might not feel good. So then you will have even like lower vibration than you might have had before.
So how do we choose what we should use or what we should do? How does that work?
For me, it's really about being able to listen to ourselves, our body, because what our body wants might be different from what we think we want. And only when we are in tune with ourselves, we can really listen to our body. So, I mean, the safe things to do is like, for example, a meditation, And if you're not a meditation kind of person, maybe yoga. And if you're not a yoga kind of person, maybe go for a walk in the nature. Being in the nature always helps to bring you back in touch with yourself.
Okay, that does make a lot of sense.
But then I think that we also have our own pleasures. For me, for example, taking a bath is like, a long lasting like pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And using these products, smelling it also like brings me up, and I know that I won't crash afterwards. So it's I think it's a part of getting to know us really well, to know what like makes us happy, like truly, not like in an instant fix kind of way.
So the raising of the vibrations has to do with a longer lasting effect rather than a quick fix.
Yes, that would be more ideal.
Perfect. Now, the other question I had has to do with using the serum. Would that type of product be okay to use around the eye area?
Serum. Well, actually, eye area should have its own product because it has a different texture.
Okay, so
So it
where
would
would
be,
the stop point be for creams? On the top of the cheekbone, or where do you stop applying the
um,
serum or the cream?
just where the bone like structure is. I would like
Put
I
it in
think
there.
would, yeah, that's where it ends.
And above the eyebrows. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. And how about the tonic? Are those better applied as a spray with your hands, with a pad, like a cotton pad?
Well, I would say that, I mean, spray is good, but I think it might be always effective if you use your hand or, to tap in so that it gets absorbed.
Okay, so spray first, eyes closed, obviously, and then pat down.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
do you do the tonic all the way down to your décolleté or
yeah, you
just
can
base?
definitely apply all of the products down to the neck. And if you have something like kind of clothes that you can apply on your décolleté, you can do that too. It's
Okay.
actually recommended to apply up to, down to here
Mm.
because often what happens is that we might look young here and we look more like aged here if you don't treat ourselves.
Yes, that's true. I've noticed that with some people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been very, very educational and also inspirational. I'm going to definitely start talking to myself or giving myself affirmations as I'm doing my own skincare ritual.
Yes, let's try this. I love you. Thank you. It's very difficult like at the beginning, but when you can say this like with a confidence, I think something starts to change in your world.
Absolutely. And you'll be the test because you can see me again, obviously. Thank you, Mio.
Thank you so much, Celine.